the I was like, what's that buzz? It was the recording.
Sorry.
You're fine. The question of the day to start off with today, we're going to be talking about how your day is, if you have morning rituals, evening rituals, scripting your day. So, the question of the day to start off is, how do you start your day? Do you start your day hitting your alarm? Do you wake up with an alarm? Is snooze your best friend? Do you roll out of bed scrambling? Do you, are you in hustle mode all morning? Do you allow yourself time to journal? Do you allow yourself time for actual breakfast? Are you an on the go girl? Are you grumpy in the morning? Um, like, are you rush, rush, rush? Like, McKeely and I were talking last night, and I said most of the time, like, I really try hard to get out of bed, and I have a really good morning routine, but I hate this up now. But are you one of those things that where, like, if I hit snooze, I have 9 minutes. What am I going to give up for my morning? Or are you so set where you can be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, roll out of bed? I have like a whole process to my day where McKeely had talked about, like, she envisions her higher self. So if you were to talk about, like, how does your morning start? How does it start? Are you living your best life in your morning, or are you not living your ideal morning? You can answer that. Feel free to answer. Ideal morning or not ideal morning?
I wish that I had more of a routine. I'm trying to develop more of a routine. Like I cannot hit the snooze button. I set my alarm. That's what time I'm getting up. Yeah, those people that hit the snooze button, I just want to just stop it. Stop the madness. Like, what are you doing to yourself? Like, honestly, because then you literally are falling back to sleep for like 5-10 more minutes, and then you are like woken up again in this. No, so I don't hit the snooze button. It's not my thing. Usually what happens is I will lay in bed for a little while after my alarm goes off and just kind of just lay there and just kind of take in my thoughts that I have when I first wake up, because obviously, but I don't write them down, which I should. I really should start writing them down, but I don't, and I just kind of take that in, and then I literally then roll out of bed and start going, because I have this part-time job that I picked up, and so I have to be there at 5:15 in the morning. So I literally set my alarm for 4:30 in the morning, lay there for 5 minutes, roll out of bed, and then I'm out the door, because it takes me 7 minutes to get there from my house. So no, I would really love to have a routine where I can get up, go to the gym, go for my walk, and then do my stuff and then start my day, as I feel I'd be more productive. So the part-time job is a temporary thing. So I'm hoping that after that is done, that I'll be able to really establish this routine. I put all my eggs in a basket to start this business. I just graduated in May with my esthetician's license. So I opened up my own spa space, and I just put everything in and just did it. So I don't have as many clients as I would like to, where I can just, not have that extra income, because I have 4 children also, and I'm single. So I have a lot of stuff going on where it's not aligned right now, but I really would love for it to be aligned where I don't have to have this part-time job at all, and I can just do everything my little heart desires. So that's the goal. I have goals. So.
And one thing that I wanted to say, well, actually, there's 2 things I want to say. One is, after this call, like, tomorrow, you don't have to wake up and have like an hour-long routine. My routine usually is like, some mornings it's 10 minutes, some morning it's like an hour. It just depends on the day. But trying to pick like the one thing that's the most important, which we'll get into in a second. And then also, once this part-time job is, finished and you are able to focus on your business, you're already going to be used to waking up at 4:30, which obviously I'm not saying you have to continue waking up at 4:30, but like, if you don't have to open your spa until like 10, then you could sleep until 7, but you're already used to getting up earlier. So it wouldn't be like a huge like shock to your system. You actually are gaining sleep.
No, I noticed that too, because I'm like the other day I didn't have to work, and then I actually got up at 4:30. I'm like, really? I'm like, like on my own. I just got up at 4:30. I'm like, no, I'm going back to bed until 5:45 when the alarm goes off. So, but yeah, no, and I'm not a morning person, so I'm trying to like switch all of that and get my 8 hours of sleep in every night like I'm supposed to, and so I really am trying to balance all that. So it's a work in progress. So I have goals. I have good intentions.
Yeah, of course. Faith, did you have anything that you wanted to share about your mornings?
Oh, I was going to say, I may have been laying in bed when this call started, but I've been awake since 5:17 because that's what time my alarm normally goes off. I quit teaching in December. And so for the first too long, for the first couple months, I was still getting up like according to my normal. I mean, I was still waking up by 6:37, 8 o'clock, but I was scheduling like master class after master class after master class, trying to figure out where I was going and what I was going to do. And so with that, I feel like I had more of a routine early on, but then something happened along the way, and I was just kind of like lay in bed till 10 o'clock, and that's really not healthy. So I have a part-time job. I was Ubering, but I wasn't consistent unless I had a scheduled ride. And so I found this company that I drive kiddos to school. So I have to be up and out of the house by 6. I really need to be out of the house by 6:05. So how do I wake up? I'm kind of like, I snooze. I do hit the snooze. I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm the one that's like snoozing and snoozing, and I have 4 different alarms set and I snooze all of them, but I'm not falling back to sleep. I'm just laying there kind of processing like the thoughts that I'm having and how I feel, and like trying to speak good things into my day. And this is going to be a great day. I do know that the first 5 minutes that you wake up, you really should be, speaking affirmations and good things about your day. Some days are better than others. But then like once I get out of bed, I jump and run as fast as I can because I have left no time for chance. I'm just like running. And I'm not a morning person. I'm very much a night owl. I would rather stay up until 2 and 3 in the morning and get up at 10 naturally. And I guess that's why I was laying in bed until 10, and then it became 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I was driving until about 3 or 4 in the morning. But I like this better because I feel like my day is more productive by getting up and having to be up. So I drive 2 kiddos. I'm done by 8 o'clock, 8:15. And sometimes I Uber, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends on the day of the week. And then I go to my office and I spend time at my office, working on plans and all the things. And then I have like the routine that I have to go back and get the kids. And so after that, the rest of my day is whatever whims I choose to fly by. But I really do need more of a routine in that piece of it, because I'm not getting as much done as I need to be getting done. And this part-time, like this driving, I want to drive until I don't have time to do it anymore because I'm busy with the other things that I really, like I'm starting a coaching business and a tutoring business. And so I want that to take over. So I don't have time to do the other anymore. I just want to kind of be done with that. But I need the money today. So
yeah, for sure. And I know both of you had mentioned that you're not morning people. I'm the opposite. I would rather get up early. Like my window, as soon as the sun comes through, like I'm awake. Like I don't even set an alarm because as soon as the sun is, I'm awake. But we don't have to set morning routines. We can also set evening. So the morning can kind of get us in like that high vibration, like right from the start. And then in the evenings, that can kind of be more when you like pour it into yourself, versus like doing yoga or movement in the mornings. Maybe that's how you want to end your day. Especially, I think both of you are, I think everybody here is either a generator or a manifesting generator. So for both of those, it's really important to like physically get that energy out because we have that defined sacral. So if we're holding that energy in, it's going to make it really hard to fall asleep. So if you're finding like you're having trouble winding down at night, maybe part of your evening ritual could be to do like a HIIT workout or to do more of like a fast-paced walk or something like that. Did you have anything you wanted to add, Kari? Okay. Okay, so in the workbook, we're going to start with the scripture day. So if you have it, cool. If not, that's okay. I'll read you the prompt. But just for a second, I want you to take some time and think about how your soul self shows up. If you could time travel 10 years in the future and you were living your most successful life, your most authentic life, and you were just in full, complete alignment, what are things that you would do? Like, how would you dress? How would you act? How would your mornings go? How would your day go? And just kind of like brainstorm some ways that your soul self shows up. And I'll play a little bit of background music. And this could be different for everyone. Maybe for some people, eating a really healthy, nutritious meal is super important. Maybe for others, it's more important to get movement in. Maybe your religious or spiritual practice is super important to you. If you have kids, maybe they take up a big part and you want to start doing more with them. Just any way that your soul self shows up. And this could be things that you already do also. And then after you've brainstormed some on that, the next question is, what actions does your soul self take that you currently do not? So is there anything that stands out that you know, I want to be able to wake up and immediately journal? I want to be able to wake up and immediately do a 60-second embodiment practice. Before I go to bed, I want to do a restorative yoga flow. Before I go to bed, I want to make sure I'm taking my vitamins and supplements. Whatever action you want to be doing, you're just not doing it yet. Okay, once you have some of those written down, and you can always come back and add to this too. I want you to look at the actions and the things that how your soul self shows up. And on the next page, if you have your workbook, if not, you can just break it up. I want you to try to pick and choose which ones you can do in the morning and which ones you can do in the evening. And then this will help you begin scripting your day to be able to see, like, okay, this is the flow that works best for me in the morning, and this is the flow that works best for me in the evening. And if your morning ritual is only 10 minutes, perfect. That's 10 minutes that wasn't there before, you know? And this also gets to grow and evolve as you grow and evolve. You may learn new tools or activities that you want to implement in the future, or you may outgrow some of the things that you're currently writing, and that's okay. This doesn't have to be set in stone.
Like, I'll add, like, I love journaling, and ideally I would love to journal first thing in the morning, but my brain is not that functional to journal first thing in the morning. But it is functional enough to do really quick gratitudes. So I often just do 5 to 10 quick gratitudes. And they are anything from something really small to really large. I try and reflect on 5 different things that I was grateful for the day before. So it doesn't have to be like, you know, big, huge things. They're very specific to find like thankfulness for, you know, like I was really grateful for the good cup of coffee I had yesterday. I'm really grateful for the time I got to spend laying in my hammock, things like that. So you can purpose to find thankfulness in your day. And then those things actually that I've found gratitude in later throughout the day, I might be able to, I text a ton in my notes section on my phone. I guess journal in my notes section a lot on my phone. Or I keep a small notepad with me, whatever works best for you. You don't have to actually like physically dedicate 45 minutes to an hour to sit and journal. If that works for your life, great. If it doesn't work for that part of your life, and it can in the future. So don't feel like, ideally, I would love for my morning routine to have an hour of journaling. It doesn't work into my ritual right now. It doesn't work into that. That's okay. Like, these are things you can work into. If it works during your lunch hour, your lunchtime, your lunch break, that you can sit and write it on your notes section of your phone, but you have 5 minutes in the morning to write out gratitudes, think about those things instead. So,
yeah. And if anybody wants to come off of mute and share some things that they want to start doing, feel free to.
Well, I love dance, and so I really have started looking more into the somatic dancing, and I really would just love to really learn more about that and kind of incorporate that, because I feel that especially in the morning, if I can get that in, I feel like if I can't get my workout in the morning because I have to go to the breakfast, at least I can get some type of movement going, where then I can switch and move my workouts to the evening hours, and then I can do those more consistently. So that's one thing that I would like to do. I do meditate occasionally, but I think that I would like to increase that as well. And that might be something that where I just do that in the morning when I first wake up, and kind of just use that 5 minutes to do that instead of, I mean, because really me laying there is almost like meditating as well, you know? So I'm just kind of taking all those thoughts and processing that. So just kind of incorporating that. And then maybe I'll probably move my journaling, because I really would like to do that, and do that at nighttime then too, and just be like the thing that I write down, the things I'm grateful for, the things that happened today that brought me joy or peace or something, that I can go back and look and remember those things. So I think that'd probably be better to do at nighttime. So
yeah. Cool. And one other thing is like finding ways to multitask, or maybe it's just because I'm a manifesting generator. I'm good at multitasking. But like some mornings, a lot of mornings actually, I'll meditate in the shower. Like I'll turn on a meditation because like when you're showering, like there's really no thought to it. So I'll just let my mind focus on the meditation while like my body just focuses on like washing itself, if that makes sense. So finding ways to kind of like kill two birds with one stone. Okay, and then the next page is just kind of like a something that you can have. It's creating your rituals where you can write down the different tasks that you want to do in the morning, and you can like hang this up, use it as like a little checklist, just to kind of help you stay accountable to yourself. I think these things are really good for me because if I don't see it, I'm probably not gonna do it. But
That's so funny. My daughter actually, she's 10 and she goes, Mom, I need a piece of paper and a pen. I said, for what? She goes, I need to write down my morning routine so I can follow it tomorrow so that I can get on the bus on time. I'm like, okay, perfect. Let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah, so she has it hanging on her wall now. 6 a.m. wake up.
I love that. She already has that awareness and she's 10.
Yes.
Imagine
Yes.
that she's like 20, 25, 30. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and I came off mute because I was going to say about like a brain dump. I want to incorporate the brain dump and gratitude in the evening because I am prone to beating myself up about all the things I didn't get done. And I think if I can start shifting that to like crossing off at least 2 of the items that I said, because I am a manifesting generator, I have all these ideas that I want to do, and I think just knowing that I got 2 of them done and adding that into the gratitude that, oh, look what I got accomplished today. And so it will change the beating myself up into, I did get some cool things accomplished. Okay, tomorrow I really want to do la la la. And at the end of that day, just being grateful for things that I got taken off of my to-do, and then kind of prioritizing with numbers or with symbols of some sort. And then I was going to share too that I've been working on a list. I just have not written it down, so it's not somewhere. It's just here, which means it's really not there. But I know somebody who was talking about an MDR, more minimum daily requirements. And so she has like a list of 5 to 8 things that are her minimum daily requirements. And like as you were talking, it was reminding me like I've been working on that list of things that are minimum. So I need to walk. And I think that if I could just get out of the house 5 minutes earlier, it's going to start cooling off. So I could take a lap around my apartment building instead of just running to the car and like zooming off. I think that would at least get me started with that. And then 5 minutes could easily turn to 10 minutes. That could easily turn to 15 and like gradually build up. I think that like I feel like the walking would be better for me in the morning than in the evening. But that gratitude and brain dump, I feel like that's going to be really important in my evenings. Yeah.
And also so one of the things that I do in my morning rituals is like at the end, I'll pick 3 things to focus on. And I only focus on 3 things. And I'll write them in the order that I want them completed. And my first task is always something like super easy, like make the bed. Because once I cross that off, even if like my last task is going to take me like 2 hours, I'm already feeling good. I'm already feeling confident and like proud of myself for getting at least one checked off, right? And then you mentioned, the MDR. I call them non-negotiables. I love that. And maybe this week you focus on getting out and walking. And then next week you add something else to that list. And then the next week, something else so that you're not just like bombarding yourself and like shocking your system. You're just like slowly integrating all of those things. Did you have anything you wanted to add, Corey?
Yeah, you had talked about you're a snoozer. You hit the snooze the snooze button. I don't know how many times you hit your snooze, but maybe this coming week you hit it one time less, and that one time less is your walk around your building. And so, like, out of habit, if you go to, if you hit it, let's say 3 times, maybe you hit it 2, and on the 3rd time when you go to hit it, you can say to yourself, I can choose to snooze or I can choose to walk, because it's really your choice.
Right.
But you can choose to, I'm choosing my minimum daily, my MDR, and getting up and walking around the building. Because then you're still not shocking your body. You've had 2 snoozes and you're working your way. You're working your way into less snoozing. But even just that, most snooze alarms are like 9 minutes. So like that, even just that little 9-minute window would afford you 1 lap around your building.
Yeah.
So you can just be like snooze, snooze, or snooze and walk, or whatever it is, however many times you hit your snooze. Choosing 1 less snooze and just getting up and doing that lap, and then just being like, I'm choosing to get up and walk.
Yeah.
So that might,
Before you know it, you won't be snoozing at all, and you'll just be getting up and walking.
I mean, I follow Mel Robbins and she has the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have tried that. I really have. It that doesn't motivate me. And it doesn't, like, I know that counting down like that should make you like, okay, what are we supposed to be doing? We're at 1. It doesn't do that for me. I don't know how to explain what it does to me, but it does not get me motivated.
for some people, it just doesn't do that. So there are some people, their brain needs a little bit of extra process time in the morning to slowly wake up, especially if you're waking up before the sun is coming, because your circadian rhythm is off, right? It's still dark outside. You're going to bed later. The sun has not risen. And so it's just one of those things. And naturally, if you say you're like a night owl and you're used to going to bed later, your body is used to sleeping, and it's not in that natural rhythm. And so you may need the process of being able to wake up slowly and just kind of have your thoughts kind of start to stir in your head. And that's okay. Mel Robbins' thing does not work for everybody, but maybe it is snoozing twice, waking up slowly, and the 3rd time literally just getting out of bed and going. I am not naturally a bright and cheery morning person. I never have been. My husband is, God bless his soul. He would turn on, like, if he had a choice, he would turn on every light in our house. He would turn on music. I mean, and I am just like, please don't, please do not. I'm like, don't speak to me until I've had like a half hour to wake up. And it's just the way it is. Even our kids, when we raised them, they were little. They knew, like, we don't talk to mom really. Like, we don't really engage with her until she's had a few minutes to wake up. They just don't. And it's just, I have tried my best. And it's just, so I need quiet time in the morning to let my brain kind of wake up and do those things. Give me a half hour and I'm good to go. But don't flip on every light. Do not have loud music going on. It's too much stimuli for me. If I can get up and have some peaceful movement and quiet, then I'm good. But I get it. So maybe just do that thing, and then you add that one. And then when that's working well, it may take you a month, and then you add 1 more lap. It's totally okay. This is not where tomorrow you have to change your entire world. This is not that.
Yeah. And also, like, there's gonna be days where, like, you just don't want to, and that's okay. Like, this isn't something that you have to do every single day. The purpose of being you, is to intentionally make the decision to change your life. You're intentionally choosing to be your most authentic self. And I also want to say, stemming off of last night's conversation about conditioning, we are conditioned to things like, oh, in order for me to be successful, I need to wake up at 5 o'clock. I need to make my bed. I need to make me a healthy breakfast. I need to go run a mile. That's how we're conditioned to think that we should operate, but everyone is different. Everyone's energy is different. So just because I had mentioned like yoga and nutrition, like if that's not lighting you up, then don't do it. Like that's not like a requirement in order to have a ritual. It really is like your morning ritual could be laying in bed, 60-second embodiment practice with your highest self, and then getting up, stretching, and going and making you a smoothie or going and drinking a glass of water. And that could be it. Like that could be it. You're just being really, really intentional and mindful of showing up and living as your soul self now. So after we get off, there is a journal prompt that you are more than welcome and encouraged to do. And it's in a judgment-free zone. How would you authentically show up? Because the purpose of the morning and evening rituals are for you to stay connected to your soul self and you to make sure you're having time to pour into yourself and stay in that good headspace. But the in between, like how are you showing up? Are you wearing the clothes that you want to wear? Are you, eating the foods that you want to eat? Are you doing activities that really light you up? Or are you just going through your day saying yes to everyone else and people pleasing when on the inside you're just so frustrated and you just want to like run home and get in the bed, right? So really choosing every day to step into your highest self, to step into your soul self and live as her. One of the things that I do very regularly is whenever I get like frustrated or maybe just like overwhelmed or I'm feeling some kind of emotion that I don't really love, I'll like stop and I'll ask myself, what would my highest self do? If I could like, and sometimes I'll even just like do like a quick like 30-second meditation where I'll like close my eyes and I'll envision myself like time traveling like 10 years in the future. And so like, hey, McKeely, this is what I'm doing right now. What would you do if you was me? And then I'll get the answer and then I'll come back to reality and be like, okay, I'm going to go sit outside in the grass and I'm going to take 10 deep breaths, And I find that really helps me be able to live more authentically, especially when I'm feeling very overwhelmed, stressed, things like that. But it's really just a choice. We have to choose to live authentically and we have to choose to let our uniqueness shine through. And that's all I got. So do y'all have any questions? Anybody want to add anything? No? Okay, so I'm going to put the code word. I'm going to put the form, and then I'll tell you the code word. Okay, so the code word is authentic. Authentic is the code word, and we will be drawing a winner tomorrow morning. We want to give people time to watch the replay this afternoon in case they weren't up this morning, and still be able to enter. And then we'll announce the winner tomorrow. They'll be able to pick between a gift basket, an art therapy session, or a mentoring session with me with Human Design. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for being here. This was fun. Today wasn't like as intense. It was more kind of just like playing around and seeing how you want to show up. And now's the time, like when the work actually comes. Now you've written the things. Now we got to implement them, right? Like we can write things all day long. So pick one off your list, like for the morning. It's still morning time. Go do one as soon as you get off. Did you want to say something, Kari?
No, I was going to say now is like today was super, it was just like a chill Saturday morning. Everybody gathered, kind of hang out, learn what you want your morning to look like. But again, for you guys, also wrote out your evening ritual, what you want for your evening ritual. So do what you pick one for your evening ritual as well. And it shows its paused. Maybe not now. Then pick something you want to implement for your evening and we can go from there too.
All right. Well, we'll let you
Are
get
you
on with your.
there?
Yeah, you're coming through. Maybe we're just paused on your end. I think so. Okay, I'll call her. It's all good. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, I got like a yes. It actually on
Okay.
across the screen it said the video is paused. I was like,
Oh, no, we heard you.
so yeah, pick something you want to implement for your evening ritual and start there. And then tomorrow you might implement two again. And just have fun with it, you know. Enjoy it. And you might find like, hey, I'm not enjoying doing this in the evening. Let me flip it to the morning. I don't like that in the morning. Let me flip it to the evening. I don't like that at all. Let me try something new. My morning rituals over the years have completely revamped themselves. But I will tell you, it's gotten to the point where I do enough of the same routine in the morning that when it is off, and McKeely, I think, would agree to this, when we are both out of our morning rituals, our significant others realize there's something going on with us. Like my husband's like, you didn't sit in your spot. You haven't done this and this. Are you okay? What's going on with you? And he will notice enough that he actually checks in to make sure that I don't have something going on. So it might get to that point that you establish something like that. And Michelle, your kids might check in and just be like, hey, are you okay, Mom? Like you're off your routine. And that's kind of nice when you've developed something enough that people realize like this is their sacred time, their sacred space, their thing where they take care of themselves. So enjoy playing with it, enjoy having fun with it, and realizing this is who you are, and know that, you know, life is a journey, it's a process, it's something you get to tweak and work out as you discover who you are authentically, and learning to be you. Oh, and by the way, speaking of being you,
Just thought about
McKeely
this too.
and I are hosting a 4-day, 3-night, so it's really like 3.5 days, 3 nights, retreat here in Florida in January. So if y'all live somewhere cold, Michelle,
Yes,
I know Houston is a little hot. We're hosting a retreat here in Florida where I have good weather pretty much throughout the whole year.
I have goals to live in a beach house somewhere after I retire. So those are my goals.
We'll be going to the beach.
Yeah.
FYI. So we're hosting a retreat the last weekend in January here in Florida, on the Clearwater side, because I live on the Gulf side, about 30 minutes north of Clearwater in the city of Newport Richey. So it's all inclusive. It includes your meals. It includes a kayaking event. It includes a beach event. It includes a quarterly experience that I host with a flower release ceremony on the water. It includes all the things. So it's totally fun. Right now we have an early bird special, so it's $9.99. It includes it all. And then it's a $199 deposit. You can pay as you want. So she just put the link in there and you can check it out. I have it on my website. She has it on her website. So there are only 9 spots. We're keeping it very small, very intimate. So if you guys want to check it out and look, it's called the Be You Retreat. So we're going to be diving into all things about living authentically, and bringing people to warm, sunny Florida during the winter. So check it out. But we loved having you guys come and visit our workshop here for the 3 days with us. So
Well, we loved having you do this for us. We really appreciate that. So yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to message us and let us know. And I think that's it now.
perfect.
Right.
Enjoy your Saturday and the rest of your weekend.
You as well, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.